Today we're going to attempt to make all 12 of the brand new It Mini Honeydukes capsules. Welcome back to Aguamenti, and if you're new here, my name is Tony. I make videos about Wizarding World news, merch, and events, so if you're into that sort of thing, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on the next video. These are starting to make their way onto shelves. Just so you guys know, I did find these at Walmart, so if you haven't checked your local Walmart, go ahead and make sure you check it out. These were found on a pallet and not necessarily in the actual toy aisle. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of help in finding these if you want them. So just like last time with the It Mini potions, we do have 12 standard items that you can get. And then there are 3 chase items, and those we're assuming won't be available until a couple of months from now, similar to how the potions were released. So on the back of the box here, you can see all 12 of the variations that we're going to be attempting to make today. And hopefully everything goes smooth. This is only my second time doing a Miniverse capsule. Obviously, this is a Harry Potter channel, so we're doing Harry Potter. With that being said, there are ways to find out how to make sure that you get every single one and that you're not getting duplicates. There's a lot of charts online, so if you do your research, you should be able to find one that works for you. And if at the end of the video we end up with all 12 of them, then I will definitely link to the one that I used so you guys can get all 12 without having to spend that extra money. But yeah, let's jump right in. In case you have no clue what I'm talking about, essentially there's little pinholes in the packaging and based on their location, you'll know what's inside. For example, you can see a little pinhole basically right in between the N. So right in between where the N dips down, there's like a little pinhole right there, and that would tell us what specific item we have inside. I don't have the chart on me right now, so we're just gonna blindly open these and we're gonna see what they are. And hopefully we got all 12, and if we got all 12, then the thing worked. All right, so we're gonna take a look at the packaging for the first one, and essentially I feel like if it's similar to the potions one, it's gonna be the same packaging for every single thing. So we're gonna take a look at the packaging once, and then we'll just kind of breeze through the rest of the things. So right here we have some nice little sugar skulls, and then right here we have a Honeydukes package, and then next we have something that says sweet treats. And then we have a bunch of other goodies at the bottom. And this one looks like it's Fizzing Whizbees. So it looks like we have the little, a little piece of plastic there. This is the actual box. This looks really cool. We have something else that's wrapped, and this one's kind of wrapped. It says bonbons, I think. And then we have the pamphlet that tells us what we got. And then on the back side, it also tells you what else you can get. Okay, so per our instructions, we should have like a mold in here. I think, oh, that's like a little tray, okay. Let's open these packages up. Got, what do we got in here? Some Honeydukes chocolate, so this is gonna be our resin. And then let's see, what do we got in here? Got some tongs in there. This time around, the capsule makes a nice little candy jar instead of like a little potion bottle. So that's super cool. I like that. Okay, I found our mold. And this one has the Fizzing Whizbees and a little Honeydukes thing on there. Dude, the box and everything is so cool. I'm so excited to have all these miniature candies. That's so cool. It's so tiny. And then we're going to put the Fizzing Whizbees in there. How cute. Oh, so this plastic portion is gonna go inside our nice newly made box. Okay, we're gonna open this up. All right, so this one's a twist off. I'm gonna twist this on, and then I guess we're just gonna fill. All right, so I just filled those, and we're supposed to cure them for 5 to 10 minutes, and then after that, flip them out, and then put them in the little container, and then we should just have a little display like this filled with our Fizzing Whizbees. So hopefully my UV light actually lasts and we can actually get these cured. Well, let's find out. I already have one Fizzing Whizbee that I totally messed up. The resin just kind of went to the sides, so I'm hoping I do better. I'm hoping I do better on the rest of these. While that one's curing, we're gonna go and move on to the next one. This one also has a pinhole next to the end, but it's off to the side a little bit, if you can see that. This one has a nice display. It's like a little stand, a little cake stand almost. That one's cool. Paperwork at the bottom. And then this one is gonna be ice mice. So that's what we got in this one. Here's our mold. Here's our resin. It looks like it's gonna be blue. Some more tongs. So this one you have your little ice mold, and then it looks like we're gonna be putting the actual mice inside of the ice. So that's cool. These are twist off. Makes it so easy to get this open compared to the potions where you had to literally rip off every single time you wanted to get into the resin. You had to like peel back the like foil or whatever it had on it. That was horrible. My fingernails were dead at the end of that. All right, so it says you pour in a little bit and then we cure it, and then we're gonna put the mouse in, and then we're gonna cure it again, and then you pop them out, and then you put them on your display. So this one's a two-step process, but we'll get it done. We're gonna go back to the Fizzing Whizbees, and we're gonna make this box, and hopefully our Fizzing Whizbees are done properly. Look at how cute they are. They're so tiny. Oh, I hope you guys can see that. We're gonna fill up our little box here. Okay, I took my Fizzing Whizbees out, and we're kind of letting them set inside the little plastic container a little bit more. Next, I'm gonna take out these mice from here and then put them into the ice. Such a cute little tag that they come in. I'm gonna drop my mice in their ice. Okay, got them in there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and fill the rest of it up. Okay, I think for the most part I filled it all the way. We're gonna put this on here. So we finished up the Fizzing Whizbees. You can see some actually in there. Now we have the ice mice on the UV light, hoping that they get cured quickly. They do give you more than what's on the mold. So you right there, there's 6, and then there's 4 more. And then I think there's still enough resin in here for you to make a couple extra. Actually, it looks like on the display that they want you to have some outside of the ice. So it's up to you, whatever you want to do with it. But on here it shows some made with the resin, and then some just outside of it. Just so you guys know, it does take like 5 to 10 minutes for it to cure, and that's with this light. You can cure it in the sun, but unfortunately it is nighttime right now. I think the sun might be a little bit better than sitting around here waiting for 5 to 10 minutes, but this is all we got right now. I'm trying to take out the mice, but it's pretty hard. All right, we got our first one out. Oh, that one actually looks really cool. Okay, these look so cool. You definitely need to make more than 6, but essentially this is your ice mice stack without any of the loose mice on there. But I'll show you guys at the end. Nice little display. So far we're all good. We got Fizzing Whizbees and we got some ice mice. So it's looking like the little chart is working. Let's move on to the next one. This next one, the pinhole is right next to the M. You can see towards the left side of the M there. And let's see what we get inside. Hopefully me telling you guys the locations helps, as well as I'm gonna leave timestamps so you can go back and see which item we got and which pinhole they had. So as well as I'll share the chart if we end up getting all 12. And this one, it looks like we got some exploding bonbons. Exploding bonbons. Oh, these ones look like they're gonna be a little bit more difficult to do. This one comes with this little thing that says candy kit, and then on the back side, it looks like it has foil for each one of the bonbons. This looks like where we're gonna put the bonbons in after. This one, oh, I don't know what this is for. What is this for? To brush them? Okay, so we're gonna open this first. These have the bonbons in them. So that's the bonbon there. So it looks like we need to brush this chocolate orange onto the bonbon and then cure them, and then you wrap them with the foil. It looks like we're supposed to lay them out on this sheet here. And I think the sheet is actually in here. Here's our foil. And then I guess this is our sheet paper in here inside the kit. So this is how the potions thing was, except it was like super hard. Oh, this is actually not... This is great. This is twist off as well. Oh my god, this is so much better than the potions. The potions you would have to rip the foil off. This is great. I like this. Okay, I'm gonna dip the brush. Okay, and then I'm gonna hold this, and then I'm just gonna put that there on there. Okay, that looks good. So I probably should lay these out first. I feel like they gave way too much of the orange, unless you're supposed to like completely cover them. In that case, I didn't do a very great job. Now we hit it with the UV for 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. All right, we're gonna put the foil on the bonbons. Okay, I got my first bonbon in the foil, which I feel like kind of defeats the purpose, right, of putting any kind of resin on there. But there it is in the foil, and then we're gonna put it into its little display thing right here, and we'll just fill that up. All right, so there's all my exploding bonbons all foiled up, and then we're gonna close them up in here, and then we can slide them into our box. Look at this cute little box, exploding bonbons. Gotta lift the whole thing. Slide it in there. Put that. All right. There's our exploding bonbons, all packaged up. I really like how they got all the details on the boxes. It's beautiful. I'm super excited to do the rest. Our next one has the pinhole down towards the bottom left of the M right there. So it looks like we got the chocolate frogs, and these ones already are like pre-assembled from the bottoms and the tops. So that's cool. We don't have to actually make them. And then inside we actually have some famous witch and wizard cards. This one you can see that it's Harry Potter. I'll try to get a better shot of that, but that's pretty cool. Here's our display tray. Looks like they gave us 2 displays. So here's where I think we're gonna actually put our frogs on. Here's our mold for the chocolate frogs. The mold is for 4, but then you have a tray for the chocolate frogs also. So here it's showing you put 1 inside the box, and then you can put 3 on the outside and just make that nice little display. We'll go ahead and open our chocolate here. All right, so we got our chocolate frogs. I made 4. So we'll put the card face down, and then we'll put the frog. We put the little cover on there, and that's your chocolate frog. This next one has the pinhole at the top right of the eye. It looks like we got the candy skeletons. These are ones that you don't see too often in the movies, so it's super cool that they even did these. Okay, we got the skeletons. Oh, we even got a mold and some sparkles. Here's our skeletons. Here's our mold for the skeletons. We got some glitter. It says on the label candy dust. Here it looks like, oh, this is where we're gonna do our display, and then it's got inserts in there so you can stand them up. So the first step, it says to open our candy dust and kind of tap the mold or the inside of the mold and kind of get some glitter going on in there. We gotta dip this and then just kind of like put glitter where we want it, or candy dust I mean. And then it says to pour the candy syrup in there. So we have our mold with our glitter in there, and then we're just gonna pour in some of the syrup. And it doesn't look like you're supposed to fill the whole thing up because you're gonna put the rest of the skeleton on top. We're gonna drop these little guys on top. Once you got it looking like that, then you start to cure. Okay, it looks like our skeletons are done, and we're gonna just go ahead and put these into the inserts that they come with. These are actually really cool. I'm only making 3 just for the sake of the demonstration, and then I'll come back to it and fill up the rest. Hopefully you can see that. Those are super cool. I really like these actually. Our next one is going to be right in the middle of the M. You got the pinhole there. This one, it looks like we got the Bertie Bott's Every Flavor beans. I'm curious to see how we're going to make those. Oh, it looks like we're going to have to make each individual bean. Here we go, Bertie Bott's. All right, it's looking like we're going to have to make each individual jelly bean. That's kind of crazy, but here we go. So there's our mold, and then we have some, it says Honeydukes Bright Hues. You can see that. There's different colored glitter in there. See what we have in here. Spoon. Here's our jelly bean. Here's our jelly bean syrup, and it says it's white. So definitely gonna have to make the colors with these right here. That's super cool. Okay, so you got instructions here, and the instructions tell you based on those colors how to make other colors. So that's really cool. And essentially what they want you to do is make 1 sheet of every single color. So this is going to be probably the longest one, considering you do have to wait around 10 minutes per cure. And so every color that you make is going to take 10 minutes. Let me show you guys the box real quick. So here's the Bertie Bott's box. So here it is, made into the box. I haven't closed the top because we need to put the plastic insert with the beans in there. But this is the box for you. Looks pretty cool. Alright, so there's the first portion of my blue beans, and I gotta make the rest of the other colors. The Bertie Bott's one has been the most tedious so far, just because you are making every single individual bean that goes inside. That being said, this edition, like the Honeydukes edition, is definitely way better in my eyes than the Make It Mini potions that we made in the last video. They're just like, the packaging is better. The fact that you're making the candies yourself is super cool. You're wrapping them, you're packaging them. I really like that, as opposed to where the potions you had to just pour them into a vial, and you know, you mix some glitter, you mix some things in there or whatever, but you're essentially just pouring from one thing to another and leaving it to cure. So yeah, I do think that these are a lot more enjoyable to make, and they look great too. All right, the yellow ones didn't come out the best, but we got the blue, we got the red, we got some yellow in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and tuck them in to the little box here. Now we have our every flavor beans packed inside. For this one, the pinhole is to the right side of the first eye, so right here. Looks like we got the sugar quills. It looks like we also have to do similar to the Bertie Botts, where you have to color them the color that you want. This one says pure sugar at the top, and then it says candy syrup at the bottom. We got another display tray, except this one you have little dots in there, so I guess the sugar quills will stand up that way. And then we have our mold and we have our sticks, and I think each of them will come with a little Honeydukes tag, so that's cool. I like that a lot. I think that's good, and we're gonna cure it now. All right, gonna pull these out. Hopefully they're all good. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh, that looks so cool. Look at these. Here's the purple one. So they give you enough to make 6, so one for each of the little slots in the display there. But you also bag these up, bag them up like that, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your little Honeydukes clip and then get that bottom piece, and then that's your final result, bagged and tagged. And then we can put it on the display, and that's how it looks on the display. That's really nice. I really like that. That's super cool. For our next one, the pinhole is right above the end, like in the middle or top left corner of the little end right here. We have our display. That's a cool one. Oh no. Oh, this one, it looks like the resin actually opened up, and so it's kind of inside of this. I'm gonna try and clean it up a little bit, but hopefully we have enough in here. But the resin did open up. Got on the table a little bit, just a little dab, but mostly stayed inside this. That's what we got, the sugaring skulls. So far we're good on not getting any duplicates, so that's super cool. All right, let's see. So it looks like we got some, what is this? Dusting sugar. Apart from the dusting sugar, we also have these little decals that we're gonna be able to put on the sugar skulls. Inside the box, we have our skulls. That's what they look like. So it says here to put your decals on first, and then once you put your decals on, it wants you to put the dusting sugar into the resin, mix it up, and that's gonna make it kind of give it like a color with some sparkles. And then they want you to take the brush and brush the top of it and kind of give it like some sparkles and some powder on there. Again, hopefully we have enough resin. It did open up inside the capsule, which is weird, but it did it. It looks like the top is already good to go. It's just that the bottom, like because it dripped down, still needs to cure a little bit, but I'll cure these actually on the display, and then that will have them so that they don't fall off. But here's the finished product. This one has the pinhole on the top left of the eye. Alright. I don't know what it could be yet. Here we go. Liquorice Snaps. Tub of resin. This one says candy glaze. This might be our display here. Yeah, so we got a nice little jar for our display. So it looks like we got wax papers. So we can put it on this little tray here. And then it looks like the licorice snaps are already made. So I'm curious to see what we need the resin for. So it looks like we're just kind of coating them and making them have like some glitter and like some color to them other than them being black. So that's all you need the resin for. That's what they look like. So just because we need to just put resin and some glitter on it, I think I'm gonna pass just because I don't want a bunch of resin on the licorice snaps themselves. If I can just put them in here, that's totally fine with me. You guys do what you want with yours, but I don't think you need to. Like, I get it adds more like detail, more color and stuff, but I'm totally fine with them being completely black, which is that's how they are on the film. Essentially that's it. That's like what you get for the licorice snaps. Not a very interesting one if you ask me. I thought we were gonna have to make each individual licorice snap, but if you're just coating them in resin, I feel like that's just like overkill. And I would have to wait 20 minutes for each side. So you'd have to do 10 minutes on one side, flip them all over, and then do another 10 minutes. I think it's just, that's kind of overkill. Next one's pinhole is right on the M on the top right here. So far no duplicates. All right, this one we have some more glitter. This one says spring hues on it. This one's gonna be jelly slugs. So this one I think we do have to make each individual one. Yeah, so we get a nice little jar there. And this one will fill it up with the jelly slugs. And then we have our mold. The mold is a little funky, so hopefully that doesn't affect our jelly slugs. For this one we can only make 6 at a time, similar to the sugar quills being 3 at a time. I think we might end up having some issues with this mold. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this last one over on the edge just because this thing does not flatten down. So we're just going to do 5. So we did 5 because our mold is a little off. But they came out pretty good. The best that they could. Yeah, because of our mold being a little lopsided, it's actually really hard to keep the resin inside. So they do have some excess. One of the pink ones came out really good and the green one came out decent. There they are. You can see a little extras. And there's your jelly slugs inside. Alright, so we got 2 left. Still no duplicates. Hoping that we don't get any. For this one, the pinhole is right above the N. It looks like in another very similar spot to a previous one, but right at the edge of the sword here, you can see the pinhole. I'm not sure what this one could be. Oh, this one, you know what? It's gonna be the jelly snakes. It's the only one that has a vial that big. So there we go. Jelly snakes confirmed. This one says candy syrup lemon. So I'm guessing it's gonna have like a yellow hue to it. Nice and flat this time. This one also says bright hues, but there's only 2. Okay, we have our first 3. These ones came out really nice, actually. That's a good one. This next one, not so much. It's got a little extra on the curve there. Same with this one, got a little excess on there, but still looks pretty good. All right, essentially this is what we're going for. And then I'll just make a couple more off camera, but that's the vibes that we're going for. Our very last pinhole is gonna be right at the left side of the eye, at the very edge right there. This is our last Honeydukes Miniverse capsule. And so far we haven't gotten a single duplicate, so I'm super stoked on that. And hopefully this is the Cauldron Cakes and that's it, okay? The rare and ultra rares and those chase ones, I don't think will come out for a couple months. I haven't had luck getting the ones from the previous one, so I don't want to promise that you'll see it here, but hopefully you guys can find them. All right, so hoping for the Cauldron Cakes, and that would make it no duplicates here. Okay, this looks promising already. Okay, and I just gave myself the spoiler, but it is the Cauldron Cakes. So I'm super excited to have gotten all 12. How cool is that? Look at that, Cauldron Cakes. We got the little Honeydukes on the side. Very cute, I love that. This is our display stand. So similar to the Ice Mice one. So that's why I was kind of like skeptical, but okay, we got it. And then it says mini cauldrons, so looks like we have some cauldrons in here to fill. There it is, Cauldron Cakes. Okay, this is new. This is a knife. We haven't gotten a knife yet, but that's cool. And it's like this in the style of like how they have them in the Great Hall with the little rounded handle there. This one is our resin. This one says cake icing, and then on the side it says yellow. Open our mini cauldrons. So we got 2 of them. Oh no, we got 4 of them. Oh my god, look at these. They're so tiny. Oh, and now I'm realizing that these are gonna be like the handles of the cauldrons. It shows right here. That'll be cool. Okay, let's see what's in here. That's cute. Look at that. That's the actual like cake part of the Cauldron Cake. So that's really cute. I like that. There you go. You can see that. So this one seems pretty simple. This one looks like you're just gonna cover the top of the cake, add some sprinkles, add the handle, cure it, and then we insert it into the actual cauldron and done deal. So this is what they look like before we put them in the little cauldrons. So I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna cure them. Best part about the Cauldron Cakes is the actual boxes that they came in. Instead of like this being the display, I would have preferred it to have had something to do with that box, but I guess you could. No, actually you can't even put them back in there because the cauldrons on the bottom are too big. The muffins came in there. But yeah, that's the grand finale there, the Cauldron Cakes. That's it. That's our final one. So now I'll grab all of the ones that we made and just kind of show you guys the finished product. I know some of them we were short just because like it actually takes a really long time to make each one of these. If we wanted to do the entirety of the jelly slugs or not the jelly slugs, the jelly snakes to fill the jar, it would take you an hour just to do that one. And it's mostly because you can only make 3 at a time in the mold, and you have to do 10 minutes on one side, then flip it over and do 10 minutes on the other side of curing. So you're doing 20 minutes for 3 jelly snakes, and you essentially need like 9 or more. So it does take up a lot of time. Just for the sake of the video, I just wanted to show you guys the process of making each one, and I hope you guys enjoyed just seeing that. And the fact that we got all 12 is just even better. I'll definitely be sharing that image with you guys since we did luck out and it did work for me, so I'm assuming it'll work for you. So here we are, the entire Honeydukes Make It Mini Miniverse collection, apart from the chase. So we have the chocolate frogs, we have the ice mice, we have the exploding bonbons, The Cauldron Cakes we just finished up. The Jelly Snakes. You see I made 6. The Sugaring Skulls. The Jelly Slugs. This one we had an issue with the mold, it not being straight, so we we'll fill it up a little bit later. The Fizzing Whizbees, that one was good. This one, the Candy Skeletons, I really like that one a lot. You've got your Bertie Bott's Every Flavor Beans, and then you have your Sugar Quills. I think the Sugar Quills were like the cutest ones, like to make. I really like them, how they turned out. All of these, they look great. I mean, even the Cauldron Cakes, like I know I put all the rest of the stuff, but like the Cauldron Cakes just look really good. This one, you don't even need to use resin, the exploding bonbons. You could just wrap those up in foil and you'll be done with those. Oh, and the one that we're missing, sorry, is actually here. And that would be the Licorice Snaps, which I also didn't use resin on them. Just because like you don't really need it. Like that's how the Licorice Snaps look. And they look exactly how they need to look. Now if you wanted to make them glittery, you know, by all means put the resin, put the glitter, but I don't really think you needed to add that. I thought we were gonna have to make them, but we didn't have to, so that's a plus side. If I could buy all of the individual items already made just as miniatures, I would buy it. I don't really care too much for making the actual things out of resin. Resin is very difficult to work with in order to cure everything, but I you know, it is fun. It's just that some things I feel like don't need it, and if they sold me this already made, I would totally buy it. If they sold me this little Bertie Bott's already made, I would totally buy it. They're really cool. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that's the entire line. Without further ado, here's the image that you guys have all been waiting for. This is the pinhole guide. This will show you exactly where the pinhole needs to be for you to get the one that you want. I know some of you only want certain ones. You don't need the whole collection, so there you go. I did find this online, and credits to those who put it together. I think all the information is on the actual image itself. So thank you to those who created this. It helped me. Hopefully it helps you. With that being said, that was the Make It Mini Honeydukes collection. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on the way out and consider subscribing so you don't miss out on the next Wizarding World news, merch, and events. And I will see you in the next one.